The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go here on Monday night. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. That's caught once again by Hawkinson. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Minnesota. In motion, it's Jefferson. A run now for the young man from Colorado. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. On second down, here's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's taken in by Dotson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And he's going to be taken down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. And, Greg, that is the way you'd love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
One thing that was pretty evident when we had a chance to talk to him, Mike, is this guy, he just wasn't satisfied with his individual performance. They came away with the win, and that was great. But one area that seems to continue to hold him back is that he's predetermining where he goes with the ball. Not only did it lead to the 2 interceptions, but it leads to some missed opportunities as the play unfolds. He could have had more touchdown output if he would have just gotten off that first read and found the open man. He got away with it last week. He doesn't want to make a habit of trying to get away with it every week. He needs to clean that up, especially if he wants to come away with a win here today.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. He'll find McMillan here. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll get about 5. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Irving. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They motion a receiver right. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of down. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run with Irving. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And the first carry for Antonio Gibson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. This one is caught by Dotson. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
They'll put Addison in motion. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. This one brought in by Hawkinson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Vikings.
To the air once more is McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Jordan Addison. A gain of 12. And the Vikings first down.
It's first down, and they'll run. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. To throw, it's McCarthy. That one taken in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buccaneers offense and receiver Chris Godwin set to take over again. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. Man in motion, heading left. Mayfield to throw on first and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's second and 6.
At the 32-yard line.
A carry now for Gibson. And he'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On first down is Mayfield. Looking middle here, and he's got McMillan. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet. But then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. To the left side here, caught by Addison. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. On first and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll get this complete. It's Addison again. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. This one complete right side. And it'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line. 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
For an offense that really hasn't had a lot of things go right up until this point, those are the plays that you just have to make. Those can be a spark for the rest of the game, and it's amazing how quickly things can turn. But instead, he overthrows his receiver, and it's all for nothing.
Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second, and they'll stop at just over a minute remaining in this first half. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. His throw left side is complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. To throw is Mayfield. To the right side here, pass is caught. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a 1st down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Receiver in motion, going right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. The Buccaneers forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have hit halftime here on a Monday night. And we get you across the state to Orlando and check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, as our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there.
And Hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He runs with it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, Mayfield. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
Mayfield. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A 1st down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They send a receiver in motion left. Mayfield to throw. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Baker. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jalen McMillan. Touchdown, Tampa.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Mayfield. And that is not going to work. It's incomplete. Trying to tie the game with a 2-point conversion, but unable to do so. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
I think they saw something earlier in the game that showed some vulnerabilities in the deep defensive coverage. Then the execution, not only for the route runners to be in the right spot, but then for the quarterback to find his matchup, find the space in the breakdown of the coverage, and put that ball on target and lead to the big game.
Now a give on the ground, and he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll get it inside the 20. He is in. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Minnesota.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Vikings 21, Buccaneers 12.
Riker it out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Motion man is the tight end going right. Now Gibson. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, it's Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Gibson. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st down is Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Mayfield. That is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Epps. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Now a handoff running right. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. On the ground is Mason. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking him down for a loss.
To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. On 4th down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichert, to try this Viking field goal. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings will extend their 3rd quarter lead. Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gibson. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
At the 26, 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Baker to throw. That's to the left side. Caught by McMillan. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Mayfield. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there as time has expired. The 3rd quarter has come to an end. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Mayfield. That is caught by McMillan. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Defended by Kobe Durant.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Putting the tight end in motion. On the ground, Gibson. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good for the Buccaneers. 1st down.
To throw is Mayfield. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will score. Game on. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown Buccaneers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Bucs have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll begin here on the ground. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Throwing on second down is McCarthy. The sideline pulled in by Addison.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. McCarthy from the gun here on third. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Buccaneers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick 6. A touchdown for the defense. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
A second down throw from Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. He'll find McMillan here. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. The Buccaneers forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Mayfield to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Now, 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. McLaughlin now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Buccaneers have cut the deficit to 5. The timeouts are gone, so this becomes a must. They're going to line up for the onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Vikings offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. 2nd and 11. So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Tampa.